out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Get your shirt off the back tickets, £1 to go.
Indeed, we are moments from blackout now. Both teams I can see just waiting over by their respective locker rooms. Anybody that's been to the Storm Shelter before will be aware that they're pretty closely situated together, the two locker rooms. I will bring you the officials tonight. They are Liam Sewell. I should know that one by now. Dan's laughing at me. Stefan Hogarth, Lee Young and James Irons. And your scratches for the Manchester Storm are John Negrin, Adam Hughesman and no Dallas Earhart. As I mentioned earlier, Dallas is away on international duty. Indeed, he's been ripping it up alongside his brother Travis for Team GB. We'll try and keep abreast of that score, because they're going to be dropping the puck almost simultaneously with us now with this delayed face-off, thanks to the weather conditions. Glad to say that the Flyers did make it down safely, as did a couple of the fans. Just looking over to my right-hand side, I can see a few faces I recognise, regular visitors here. As you would expect, most of the Flyers fans making the sensible decision and staying at home and catching it on Storm TV. For the Flyers, I believe there's no scratches in the return of Sam Jones back in the lineup after his suspension, which was kind of incredible when you look at the going-ons between Belfast and Cardiff. How young Jones picked up a suspension and the player for 5 didn't. I'm sure you've had a look at that on social media. As the 5 Flyers do come out on ice, led out by their goaltender Adam Morrison. He'll be up against the Storm number 1, Matt Ginn. Morrison coming in with goals against average of about 3.2 and save percentage of 91%. Very similar actually to Matt Ginn. Matt Ginn around 92 and goals against 2.9. Interestingly, Matt Ginn has faced the most shots against him in the whole league by a significant number, as the Storm do come out on the ice, led out by Matt Ginn. Been no secret the success that Manchester Storm have gained this year has largely been on the back of Matt Ginn's shoulders. He's been outstanding for the Storm in his second season. Storm scoring the fewest goals in the league, actually 98, I think, 9th of 5 actually. They've struggled with scoring as well this year with 105 goals, which is really surprising when you look through the 5 lineup. They have some players there you would expect to could light this league up scoring wise. Lights the Fanucci, the Crowder brothers, Danik Gauthier, Chase Shaver come back into the side over the last few weeks. I'm sure he'll be a big addition to the Flyers. I would have missed him. Short break for the national anthem. And we are now moments away from this Elite League action at the Storm Shelter on the Prince Stitch It Storm TV between the Goodwin Group Manchester Storm and the visiting Fife Flyers. Apologies for the delay. I'm sure you can understand it's been pretty horrendous out there. I think the Fife Flyers did extremely well just to make it down, to be quite honest. I'm Stephen Packer, will be calling the game tonight, and we'll be joined by Adam Huseman. He is just literally hopping his way up the steps towards me right now. Good effort, Adam, good effort. It literally is hopping along. The Fife Flyers fans get behind their team. Adam, I'll let you sort your jacket out there. I expect you got a bit of a sweat on after making that hop up. I expect you got a little bit of a sweat on after having to hop up those steps on one leg.
The storm today, the crutches, it's a slow moving day, slow process day. Takes me an hour to get anywhere. It's not fun. Hopefully in a couple weeks the doctor can give me some good news.
I appreciate you taking the effort to come and join us tonight, Adam. Thank you very much. I say a couple of weeks you hope to have that boot off, I guess. Yeah,
a couple more weeks. We'll see what the doctor says, but we're in for a treat tonight. The boys played great in Glasgow. Couldn't get a W, but what a big game tonight. Huge implications for the playoffs, and the Fife Flyers finally won a game. We'll see what they bring tonight.
Absolutely, as we are underway here. Storm winning the opening draw, and it's running deep for Frankie Melton, and then it's Jared Olin. He picks this one up. Puck's just loose for a moment, and the number 91, Melton, he just joined the Storm a few weeks ago, and he does everything at pretty much 120 miles an hour. I'm sure the Fife fans are familiar with him from his making his debut up in Kirkcaldy a few weeks ago. He certainly had a long journey into Kirkcaldy.
I'm really liking this line, 91, 18, 9, veteran presence with a young guy. They bring a lot to the table. They had a good game last night as well, and we'll see what they can do tonight.
Interesting to see debut for Cam Braze there tonight. I mentioned it in pre-game. He's icing alongside, we expect him to be icing alongside Cam Critchlow and Tyson Facette. Be interesting to see what that line can bring tonight.
They're best buddies. There's lots of chemistry there. I think it's going to translate on the ice. I'm excited to see what Cam can bring to the table.
Flyers throw the puck in deep and look to get their first bit of ozone time tonight here at the Shelter, but Raymond Griol skates away from Carlo Finucci, and he looks to take it in the zone as he jumps up into the play. Here is Raymond Griol, looks to throw it across the crease of Morrison, but it comes back to Facette. Facette shoots. First save of the night for Morrison.
Big breakout by Ray there. That huge offensive grade A chance was created by Ray with a great breakout. It looked like Fawcett had Ray backdoor, but too bad the rebound couldn't bounce to him.
Back to Tyson Fawcett again. He gains the blue line. He looks to take it around the outside and just backhands that one towards Morrison, but it's picked up now by Cam Critchlow. He has company from one of the Crowders. He's still on the puck, showing great strength. Cam Critchlow taking hard into the boards. Good defensive play by Arneson. And number 6 just plays it off the backboards and Finucci looks to pick this one up, but Declan Barmer gets to it first. Now the Flyers look to come out of their zone in a controlled manner. This one's backhanded into the neutral zone, straight to Ivan Sheehan. Also a new addition for the Manchester Storm. Flyers now throw this one in behind McGinn. Takes a bounce back out in front. Excellent work by Livingston, the captain of the Flyers. He looks to take this puck along the boards, but he has company from Ivan Sheehan. Sheehan pins him to the boards, and the puck just comes free for Declan Barmer. Now you can see the big frame of Henrik Samuelsson. Goes in deep, looks to play that one to Simmons. Comes all the way, free shot coming in from Gagnon. Gagnon having his most goals in a season in his pro career in Manchester Storm colours this season.
Just missed the net there. That was really close. Great shot by Gaggs jumping into the rush.
He was on 8 goals or so. He's now an aggressive play behind Mackin. Carl just looks to bring the puck out, but it comes away with Gagnon. Gagnon does well to exit, but it's turned over straight away in the neutral zone. Fired in again just to the corner around that Zamboni door area. Just gets to it first. Crowder, heads up play. Now decides to take it behind the net. Flyers now cycling the puck, well, just fanning on the shot at the crucial moment. Gagnon plays this one backhanded.
Fast-paced game already. Geez, we're 3 minutes into it. Both teams coming out flying. A lot of speed. They both played last night, and it doesn't look like they're either or of them are fatigued right now.
Can't be easy for the Fife Flyers. Also arriving late into the building tonight. Here's Jared Olin. Jared Olin throws this one at Morrison. Morrison just sticks this one behind his goal. To Lane Ulmer. Lane Ulmer throws to the blue line. Fired in by Raymond Griebel. Highest man up now. Olin. Loses out. Flyers look to exit as they do well. Through centre ice, driving over the blue line. Shot coming in. Ginn just gloves that one down aggressively right on the edge of his blue paint.
It's funny about you say arriving late. Sometimes as a player, when you arrive late, it actually helps you out. There's no pressure. You just think, let's just go play hockey. Your warm-up's all messed up. You don't care. You're just going to go play hockey like it's the summertime. Sometimes it can help, and then, yeah, sometimes you just get steamrolled and train wrecked. So we'll see what happens tonight for the Fife Flyers.
16:25 remaining in the first period. Offensive draw lost by the Flyers. Here's Raymond Greer with the number 7. He's seen plenty of the puck so far tonight. Looks to get it through the neutral zone, but Crowder gets a stick onto it. It only falls to Lane Ormer, who chips this one. He might have jumped over the plexi.
We got Mario defense. That's such a versatile position when you can play forward and defense. What a great selfless act he's playing defense tonight. We'll see what type of performance we can get from him.
Spoke to Mario pre-game. I asked him how it went in Glasgow. He was on D last night. He looked at me and said it was interesting. I think it went pretty well. Ryan Finnerty was very happy with his display in defense.
Of course. You have to be happy when an offensive sniper like that takes a step back in this game and does what the team needs.
I have to say, I came down to training on Tuesday, I think it was, and I seen Mario was training in defense. I had to give my eyes a bit of a shake. There's a chance here for the Flyers. Tim Crowder just couldn't quite get stick on puck and get that one on net.
Yeah, almost like he batted that almost in with his glove. Ginner made the save. I don't think it would have counted. He tried to get it down to his stick, but Ginner made the save before he could hit it.
Goodwall plays it out to Finucci. Finucci gets a tip and it comes through to Declan Barmer. Ivan Sheehan now throws it to Simmons. Simmons looks to drive through, puts a shot on. That was a sneaky one. Morrison was able to get something on it. Secondary chance also for the Storm. Morrison was on top of that. Now the Flyers again driving through centre right. It's James Isaacs taken hard into the boards by Declan Barmer. Barry McKenzie, he always seems to have a good game. He's just got 1 goal on the season so far, but he usually always seems to score against the Storm. Ivan Sheehan looking to jump up on the play.
The fourth line for the Storm, getting a shift early into the game. Back-to-back nights. Try to use your whole bench, and I really like that move by Finnerty.
Sullivan plays this one in. We get to see the number 14 Cam Brays out there on the first shifts of his time out there on the out for the shelter, making his debut here tonight.
I gotta say, I hate playing against Cam, and that's what is good to have in your teammates when you hate to play against them. A lot of physical presence. Here he goes on the forecheck. Plays the body, of course. He's hard to play against. Great leader, really good in the room, and he's going to bring a lot to the table for the Storm.
Often the biggest compliment you can give a player is when somebody says something like you did there, Adam. You hate to play against him. Here is Brays. Plays it across to Sullivan. So we mentioned, I had a chat with Cam Brays at training. I think he's going to really enjoy the style of player that Ryan Finnerty is going to want out of him as well.
100%. Critchlow's really strived under this system. I see Cam Brays doing the very same thing. Cam's a very smart guy too. He's already completed his MBA from the UNB. Very smart guy, and obviously a great hockey player and great athlete.
One of the interesting things to say, we had Ivan Sheehan join up. He was commenting on how different this Storm side is to the one last year. I'm sure the Flyers fans will remember the side we had last year. It was certainly a bigger side and a bit more physical perhaps. Ryan Finnerty is looking to try and get those extra points on the road, and so far it has been successful. Away form has been pretty decent. Here's Samuelson now taking a look, cross ice pass, breakdown in front, good work by Morrison. It's cleaned out. There's no whistle on the players yet as Morrison has stayed down, and both teams now coming together as you would really expect at this time of year. See Samuelson in there.
Sammy threw it to the net. Cody got a tip, and it looked like Simo drove the net, hit the Fife Flyers guy into the goalie, Adam Morrison. The Fife Flyers guy retaliated, hits Simo with the cross-check, and Simo fell on the goalie, Morrison again. Morrison taking a beating. Simo doing what Finnerty loves him to do, driving the net, touching the goalie. The Fife Flyers were standing up for their guy, and we'll see what the ref have called. Looks like nothing. Oh, looks like the Fife Flyers have gotten the only penalty. And
Shaver that's made his way over to the box. We'll wait to see if the Storm penalty box opens up. You could see Scott Simmons knew exactly what he was doing there when he took that cross check and he flopped down on top of Morrison. You knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, you're right.
at the moment. Just the Flyers player in the box. Wait to see if it's evened up at all.
The Storm power play, big game, big opportunity for them tonight. If I was the Fife Flyers, I would probably have not problem with this call right now. I think it should be probably 4-4, but obviously for the Storm advantage, good for them.
I got to agree. I'm kind of surprised we're not skating 4-on-4.
It's just an easy 4-4 call. Take both, you know. You can't see the coach complaining about that. We got a good run on their goalie. It was accidentally on purpose, and the Fife Flyers stood up for them, which you expect them to do. And yeah, the refs are having a little meeting at their time box here. We'll see what they decide.
Looks like it is going to stay down in the offensive zone for the Storm. So the Storm will go onto the power play. Two struggling power plays so far over the season, the Manchester Storm and Fife Flyers. Storm coming in at 14.6%. The Storm coming in at 15.2%. They are ninth, just the Flyers behind them. And the penalty kill unit for the Flyers at 76.7%. That's ninth in the league. So we'll see how it goes here tonight. Melton just fans on that pass, makes things really awkward. They'll be disappointed with that after winning the draw.
Bouncing puck there, bouncing puck, tough play on the blue line.
Piskaric fires this one around. Isaacs looks to clear it out the zone. He does well to get a stick onto that one. Jared Orlin just slowing the play down. And then drop it off to Frankie Melton. Melton back to Orlin. Orlin across ice to Simmons. Simmons looks to take it in. Good stick there by Simmons. There was a chance perhaps for Finucci on the breakaway. Melton drops it back. Can't keep it inside the zone. Now there is a break for the Flyers. Driving in on Matt Ginn. Shoots! Glove save by Ginn.
Wow. Matt Ginn. Big glove save there coming on the Fife Flyers. All alone. Sometimes when you get a breakaway like that and you have so much time, it almost hurts. You almost think too much. And as a power play, you want to try and gain momentum, and giving up breakaways, obviously not a good start for the Storm, but see if they can figure it out here in the second unit.
Mike Cazzola with that chance for the Flyers. Already 13 goals on the season. I'm sure he would have hoped better from that.
That's what they say about goalies, top-end goalies. Just timely saves. That's such a timely save by Matt Ginn. You're on the power play. It's a 0-0 game. Your team's trying to find their game right now, and you just keep it 0-0, and that's just such a big save by Matt Ginn.
Back to Critchlow. Storm now looking to just cycle this puck on the power play. Shot comes in, saved by Morrison. Goes out to Matthew Gagnon, who was around that blue paint, just making a bit of a nuisance himself, using that big frame just to try and take the eyes of the goalie perhaps. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. 12:20 in the first period. First power play of the evening for both sides. For either side, sorry. Here's Critchlow. Takes the blue line, but it's turned over straight away. A chance again for the Flyers to perhaps break up ice. Short-handed. Cazzola wanting a penalty on that play, shaking his head. Nothing given from the referees.
That was a stick battle. That's just hard on your stick. There's nothing, no penalty there at all.
Critchlow to Braze. Braze drops it off to Samuelson. Samuelson takes it in deep. Fires it around the boards. Perhaps came off the officials. Come back to Critchlow. Critchlow shoots! Just off the cuff of Morrison.
Almost went right to Fawcett there. 2 feet away from an empty net.
Flies back to full strength. Straight away, Shaver out the box, making a nuisance of himself. Shoots, takes a deflection, goes wide. Samuelson picks up the rebound. Just drops this one off. Good work by the on-rushing Tim Crowder. Again, really aggressive. Has to come out and play the puck.
Such a big thing Matt Ginn is good at is playing the puck. On the power play, a big hit there by...
Big hit on Thompson.
The birthday... Oh, double hit there by Ray and Cody going after him.
Seeing the physicality of this game just coming up ever since that power play. I expect both teams fighting for their lives in these closing few weeks of the season, wanting to try and get that last playoff spot. This really is do or die time for the Fife Flyers as well.
Yeah, a huge weekend for the Fife Flyers. Big win last night. A 4-point weekend would do them huge, and the Storm obviously looking to get on the board here with 2 points of their own.
Now the Flyers look to come out their own zone, but it's turned over straight away, but Isaacs will pick up this one. Very, very vocal out on the ice, both teams. You can hear the benches from here. Raymond Grewal looks to play it off the wall to Finley Ulrich. Ulrich takes the hit to make the play. Across to Melton. Jared Orlin. Orlin just to play it to Melton. Morrison aggressively out of his crease, makes the save. Lane Ulmer, also the goal scorer for Manchester Storm last night, getting the second goal. Cody Thompson with the first up in Glasgow. Wasn't enough though.
The birthday boy, Cody Thompson, with a great goal last night. Little dangle in front, top glove. Great goal by the birthday guy yesterday.
Shaver backhands this one into the zone. Balmer plays it out. Melton, cross-ice feed to Orlin, but it's turned over. Picked up by Danik Gauthier, but he loses out. Now Orlin again looks to gain the entry. Jones on the ice for the Flyers. Now the Flyers breaking up ice. Man back is Shan, cross-ice pass to Gauthier. Gauthier finds the first goal for the Flyers tonight. They're a lovely feed from Crowder. Storm caught on the 2-on-1 and the Flyers convert. 9:41 gone remaining in the first. Flyers up by 1.
That was a nice sauce pass on that 2-on-1 across the stick. Great shot by Gauthier again. That's tough. You know, you're playing the pass, you're playing the shot as well. Tough pinch there at the blue line, and the Fife Flyers are on the board, 1-0. All important first goal of the game in this playoff-like game. Good start for Fife.
Danik Gauthier with his 21st goal of the season for the Flyers, and the Flyers are now buzzing as they jump up again. Krazola gets the shot in. Melton has to be alert. Comes back to Tyson Fawcett. Critchlow on this near side, drives through past the benches, chips it in, looks to chase it down. Throws the hit, can't separate the puck. Now the Flyers again look to come out. They look so dangerous when they transition play, the Five Flyers, especially in this building. Gagnon to Cam Critchlow. He has his pocket picked though. Nice pass. Penalty against Gagnon. And we're going to see the Flyers head on to the power play.
Such an important power play at the start of the game. You know, you can gain confidence, and seem like once Fife got the kill, got a breakaway, they kind of turned the momentum in this game in their favor. Hopefully the Storm can do the same. Their top power penalty kill in the league. Big stop here, turn the momentum back in their side, and we got 9 minutes left here in the first period.
Storm penalty kill at 87.3%. The Flyers power play has struggled. They're dead last in the league at 14.5%. We know how difficult it is as well to set up your power play on this smaller sheet of ice here at Aldringham.
So, yeah, it's such a different power play than when you're on the big ice. Such a North American game. It's so tight. You got to make plays so quickly. The defense can just step up. Ryan Finnerty has figured it out in this rink. This is very tough to get scored on.
Just feeds it in front, tip in front from Emmendale, I think it was. It was indeed. Now Jared Orlin breaking up. He's driving at Finucci, but he's pushed to the outside by Kutola. Fed all the way back to Deck Balmer.
Another big save by Mack in there. Wow.
Xian, God, dangerous pass across ice. Fed across. Crowder looks to feed it again. Perhaps one too many passes. Might have been better off getting the shot away. Flyers are set up in the zone. Just losing the puck briefly. Paul Crowder down low for the Flyers. Drops it back across, comes to the blue line. Cole just waiting if he's needed. Shot coming in, tip in front. Just goes wide. Crowder with the tip. Here's Livingston. Livingston turns back on himself. Back to Paul Crowder. Feed in front. Livingston with the second goal. Power play goal for the Flyers. They stretch the lead to 2 goals. 7:58 remaining in the first. Manchester Storm are in trouble.
Yeah, not a great start for the Manchester Storm. A pretty good power play working behind the net. Passed out front. I don't know how it got under Balmer's stick there. He was in the right position. Tough goal against for the Manchester Storm. Too bad.
The handful of Flyers fans to my right-hand side making themselves heard. They're having a great night so far.
How did they make it here in this storm?
No, hats off to them, literally. Piskaric playing in defence tonight for Storm, feeds it across to Raymond Grewal.
Shifts after goals, so important. We'll see if the Storm can push here for the next minute or two.
Now the Flyers coming through. Fed looking again to get the entry. They do really well. Just picked up by Piskaric. He just clears the zone. James Isaacs will get to this first. Plays it across. Flyers to say they are moving that puck really well in small areas, but now it's Cam Critchlow. What can he fit to Tyson Fawcett? Backhand just across the crease of Morrison.
Great chance there by Critch and Fawcett there. Nice play. That's what you like to see after a goal against.
Braze just loses out on that one. Tyson Fawcett cross ice to Raymond Grewal. Looking for the centre feed to Thompson. Thompson shoots and into the logo of Morrison.
how great does number 7 Ray look tonight? Wow, he looks poised and just so much composure back there when he gets the puck. Great breakouts, finds Cody streaking through the neutral zone. Cody gets wide, gets a shot off, probably looking for a rebound there, and Adam Morrison does a good job of swallowing up the puck.
Offensive draw for the Storm. It's picked up by the Flyers through Finucci. The number 40 of the Flyers drives through the neutral zone, takes it to the near side, looks for the back pass, comes all the way to the blue line. Crowder again shoots. Little rebound there, Gins on it.
The Fife Flyers have so much speed tonight. They're coming hard. Looks like they're not afraid right now. They're coming in. They're not putting their toes in the water and testing it. They're coming out guns blazing, and it's really showing on the ice right now.
Remember the second game of the season between these two sides here at the Shelter. The Fife coming away with the 3-2 victory, overtime winner by Finucci. That's not something unfamiliar on this ice, but they looked like they did on that night tonight.
I was trying to play with a broken leg. I don't remember that game. I was battling through. I was a mess that night. It was an absolute mess. First period, weird play. It was like on a neutral zone. The defensive for the Fife Flyers tried to dump it in. It went, he just sent a rocket in it. Took a really bad hop off my foot, and I knew I was in trouble. And yeah, that was the last game I was in, actually.
Seems like an age ago.
It does. It seems terrible. I'm so going stir crazy.
Trying to make you feel better, sorry. Flyers again look to get the entry. They do so. It's a bit of a scrappy one. Then it's turned over and the Storm just drop it in. The Storm looking a little bit disjointed at the moment. Shock of going 2-0 down. 6:25 remaining in this first period. Flyers moving the puck nicely. Shot comes in. Pass saved by Ginn. Puck was free again for a moment. Nearly a third goal. Matthew Gagnon now jumping up on the play. Cross-ice pass to Critchlow. Critchlow shoots his feet in front. The puck's there for a moment. Morrison just paddles that one away.
Great shot by Critch, putting it to the net. It was an empty net. No one was there to tap it in. Great play by Critch and Ollie and Gags there.
Facette gets the entry. He just loses the puck though, and Isaacs picks this one up. Takes it down behind the goal of Morrison. Thrown around the boards. Declan Barmer finds himself up high. Braze tries to gain that one. Flyers doing well with Isaacs. Backhands up and across. McKenzie chips it out through centre ice. Raymond Greenwell gets a stick on them, but it's straight to a Flyer. Livingston, big hit by Declan Barmer. Done really well to separate the man from the puck. Tyson Facette through centre ice. Drops it off to Critchlow. Critchlow shoots. Good work by the Flyers, just closing that one. I think it was McKenzie.
Great physical play by Balmer there. Fife Flyers being physical as well. Playoff type atmosphere.
Here's Carl Just takes it in.
Great job by 37 Mario there. Way to go. Great defensive play.
Pucks in the neutral zone. Storm Pete, you ever played defense, Adam?
I have not. I would like to, but I have not. I would say it's easier. But I think all the defense listening and all the defense on my team would say
yeah, you just got striked off the birthday card and Christmas card list of any baits that played deep.
Especially my roommate, Johnny.
Puck's free for a moment, just comes off the outside of the goal frame. Goes behind. Storm keep it inside the zone through Zach Sullivan. Simmons just drops it off. Thompson picked off by the Flyers. Gagnon having to skate hard back for it. It's got Gauthier, the opening goal scorer for the Flyers. Gagnon turns back on himself. Sullivan leaves it for Gagnon. Storm just looking for a set play. Flyers just pushing one man up high, leaving the other four in the neutral zone.
That's the thing about the Storm. They're going to keep coming. They're not going to give up no matter what the score. They're the scrappiest team I've ever played on, and it's going to be a battle all night.
Down at Gauthier, he feeds this one. Emmerdale looking for the feed. There's the third goal. Tim Crowder. Storm really caught on their heels in this third period. Have a huge mountain to climb already.
A great offensive and defensive switch. The guy in the slot goes back door. A great play by the Fife Flyers there. Just a tough start right now.
They're going to need all that character and grit you were speaking about just now, Adam, to pull themselves back into this game. Still plenty to play for.
I still stand behind that comment 100%. You know, it's tough without their captain, without their leader right now. Very tough, but they're going to give it for the next 43 minutes for sure.
Storm winning that draw. Comes back to Sullivan. He plays it across to Barmer. Barmer plays it off the boards, gets the entry. Gutwald backhands that one across. Carlo Fanucci. We can see the Storm now looking to get to work behind Morrison's goal.
You know what? The Fife Flyers might have 1,000 pounds off their chest and off their back right now. You know, they get that win last night after about 2 months of not winning, and I think they just look light. They feel not a lot of pressure, and they're buzzing right now.
I was going to say exactly the same thing at the next opportunity. You can see this Fife Flyers team just playing with a bit of freedom that I suspect they've not had over the last few weeks, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Sullivan, big hit comes in on Sullivan. Sullivan stays down. I think it was Mike Cazzola that threw the hit. It was an awkward one because it was just in front of the bench. There's no plexi. He's seen his body just bend over those boards and he dropped straight to the floor.
It looked like he had played the puck and he wasn't really expecting to get hit. And obviously it was a bit of a late hit. We're not sure. Tough to see from this angle.
So we'll just give Zach a little bit of privacy whilst he's just been receiving some medical attention. 2:58 to go in this third period. A chance for the Storm to try and get this power play working and get themselves a foothold in this game.
A huge chance for the Storm. Get one before the end of the period, and then it's a whole. You're just looking at a whole new game going in the second.
Nice to see a couple of the Fife fans just asking if our opinion is Zach all right. It's hard for us to actually see from this angle. We have the same sort of view as they do. Just out of our eye shot. There's a big round of applause goes up for Zach Sullivan, so he's back onto his feet. He's looking a little bit worse for wear, it's got to be said. Tough cookie is Zach.
We'll see what type of penalty the refs decide to give here. 2 or 5, I'm not sure what they have. It looks like a 2. No one else is in the box right now. Big opportunity for the Storm. Try to get it tied up. Score one, get the ball rolling in the right direction. Big momentum swing here.
So on to the power play. It is just coming up as a 2-minute on the scoreboard. Storm win the draw. Back to Piskaric. Delayed hit was the call. Shot coming in. Morrison has hold of that one.
Nice shot by Frankie to get the puck through there. Adam Morrison does a great job to swallow it up. No rebound. Simo was in front waiting for it. Really good play by the Storm.
Just update you on that third goal. It was scored by Tim Crowder, assisted by Quayle and Danik Gauthier. Back underway here. It's the penalty kill of the Flyers. Looks to get to work and get this puck out if they can, but it's the Storm who come away with it. Now to Simmons. It's all a bit congested on that far side. Melton cross ice pass to Piskaric. Piskaric back to Melton. Melton just off the skates of Crowder. Plays it down low. Again, Storm just working this puck, being patient. Good stick work by Crowder as he manages to prevents Simmons getting the shot away, then makes the clearance. Again, looks to get things underway straight away. Scott Simmons, a bit of space on the far side. Drops it off to Jared Alden. Alden shoots! High, and maybe come off the post, I think, from the crowd's reaction.
Great play there by Simo and Almer driving the net. Drop it to Ollie. Ollie has a great shot. Goes blocker off the crossbar. Great shot, great opportunity by the Storm. That's what you'd like to see after a tough first power play. It looks like every time the Fife Flyers turn it over in their end on the penalty kill, they send a guy for the breakaway. The Storm players are going to have to watch for that, see if they make an adjustment in the second and third period. Draw
was won by the Storm, but they can't keep it inside of the zone. We have to come back quickly for this one. Just gets onto it first. Here's the set for company. Cam Critchlow comes away with the puck. Now they look to get a set play. Here is Critchlow. He's driving out of his own zone. And picks it up in the neutral zone. For sets on the far side, a bit of space. They can work it around to him. They play it around the boards. Morrison does really well to fire that one out.
What a play by Adam Morrison. Little risky, but nice play. When the goalie touches the puck, you always try and take the boards away. Not really expecting him to go right up the crease, right up the middle. Great play by Morrison.
Well, we saw that grade A opportunity of the Storm, just how important the goalies are nowadays as a shot comes in from Cam Critchlow's blocker to one side by Morrison. Storm just being kept to the outside by this Flyers penalty kill unit, and again they pick this puck up and they fire it all the way down. Final 10 seconds.
That was a pretty slippery play by Cam Critchlow. Carries it all the way behind his own net, gets inside the blue paint of the Fife Flyers and rips it. Morrison with a nice save.
Dangerous turnover from the Storm. It's Crowder driving, he looks to feed it through. Ginn makes an excellent save. He had to close that 5-hole quickly as Shaver got the shot away. Now Grewal, final 45 seconds. Raymond Grewal should throw this one in deep. Comes out awkward from Morrison. He gets away with it. Just paddles it to one side. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Back to Melton. Melton twist turn. He goes down. Storm fans wanting to call on it. Nothing given. Flyers look to bring it out of their own zone, but it's fed out in front. Shot coming in just wide. Shot was by Lane Ulmer. Crowder, who looked to probably just kill off these final 10 seconds and go in with a 3-goal lead for the Fife Flyers. I'm sure they were more than happy with that, especially after arriving late into the building here tonight. And it is indeed the Flyers who are going to end this first 20 minutes with a 3-goal lead. What do you think is going to be said in that locker room from Ryan Finnerty, Adam?
Nothing we can repeat on the air.
Yeah, second that one. So let me just, before we break away, did you want to say something then, Adam?
Yeah, no. Obviously, after a tough first, you just got to try and get the first goal. You got to try and get the next goal and chip away. You know, it's 3 goals. You only need 4 goals to win, 3 goals to send it to overtime. You're probably going to ask Skinner to shut the door now. Probably don't want to give up any more. And like I said before, the Storm are always going to be in games. They're never going to give up. They score goals in bunches. So especially in the small rink, things can happen quickly.
Just to recap for you, the first goal scored for the Flyers tonight by Danik Gauthier, assisted by Paul Crowder and Scott Arneson. Then they got the second goal of the evening. That one was a power play goal. James Livingston, assisted by Paul Crowder and Dylan Quayle. And then the third goal of the evening, also going the Flyers' way. Tim Crowder assisted Quayle and Gauthier. And I'm sure that the coaching staff of the Fife Flyers will be absolutely delighted in that first 20 minutes, and they'll be hoping for more in the second. We're going to take a short break here, but we'll be coming back on air 5 minutes or so before the start of the second. So don't go anywhere, folks.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's Hockey Night tonight. Get your shirt off the back tickets, £1 to go.
Hello, folks. Just over 2 minutes to go on the clock here before the start of the second period, and what was a very, very good period for the visiting Five Flyers. They went in at the end to 20 with a 3-goal lead. We have a replay of the goals for you now. I'll have a quick first goal of the evening was scored by Danik Gauthier. You can see the breakdown of this one, Adam.
I just saw a pinch, maybe not advised pinch there. Gauthier with a great shot, short side on Ginner.
That was scored at 10-19 gone, and then the second goal.
I think on the power play against the Storm, I think you got to work it low. They're so good defending up top. You're losing a guy like Dow, who usually plays that net front D. They take it behind the net, and all the D are facing behind, and they throw it behind you. It's hard to pick up that guy behind you, so a nice play by the Fife Flyers.
Goal scored by James Livingston, assisted by Paul Crowder and Dylan Quayle.
And then look at this, great protection here. He comes up the wall, a D, offensive D switch. All he tries to stay with his guy, throws it back door, and just a couple steps behind on every type of, on the Fife Flyers there. They're just a step ahead right now. And obviously when you give up 3, no one can be happy in that dressing room. So, it's tough, obviously, to broadcast. But I think the Fife Flyers or the Manchester Storm will come out buzzing here in the second period. Obviously, they probably got a little talking to. So I expect a lot of physical play by the Storm, a lot of shots on net. I see Sully hitting the guys, so Sully's going to be back. That's great news to see, and I think a big response here by the Manchester Storm. Obviously, it's only February, but you're already thinking about the playoffs. So,
and just to confirm that third 5-goal was scored by Tim Crowder. That was Tim Crowder's 17th goal of the season. Both teams were back out on the ice. Shots on goal were 13-9 in favour of the Manchester Storm, and face-offs 10-6 also in favour of the Manchester Storm. But where it counts, the Five Flyers are leading by those 3-0. As I see Ryan Finnerty and Mike Morin making their way round the bench to the benches, stony-faced as you would probably expect. And the Five Flyers having a 50% conversion rate on the power play, getting that 1 goal, the second goal of the evening. And last time I looked up in Dundee, they were leading the Guildford Flames 4-3. So it just gets worse for the Manchester Storm. The Five Flyers get things underway. It comes back to Isaacs. Isaacs at the number 5, Canadian roller hockey international. This one's thrown in on Ginn. Ginn has to be alert to that one, as it took a bit of a deflection towards him. I'm just going to freeze that one off.
We'll see what type of response the Manchester Storm have. We'll see what type of response the Fife Flyers have. Being up 3-0, you can't let your foot off the gas pedal now, because the other team's going to come, especially in such a tight league, tight race. So we'll see if they have a response here too in the second period.
Here is Zach Sullivan. He drops this one off to his defensive partner, Matthew Gagnon. So nice to see Zach back out there after that hit he received towards the end of the first period. Shot coming in by Gagnon just off the outside of the post into the netting. Free in front. Great save by Morrison as he just stretches out that right pad and flicks it away.
Tough big save by Adam Morrison. Ulmer just a little too tight in. Got the rebound. It was too tight to lift it upstairs, and Morrison makes a big pad save.
Storm now attacking right to left. He's at Lane Ulmer. Looks to go in after this one. Morrison plays it around. Comes all the way through. Now Ulmer goes down. It's a penalty against the Flyers. Frankie Melton hoped to get to this one first. Leaves it to Raymond Greenwald. As Matthew Ginn heads over to the bench. And,
1 minute into the period, the Manchester Storm come out, get a grade A scoring chance, and then draw a power play. Great start here in the second period. Important for the Storm to actually manage to generate some offense off this power play. We've seen it in the first period. They struggled on their own power play, giving up a couple of breakaways on the short-handed Flyers. Yeah, tough, but I think we'll see if they made adjustments in the intermission.
Here's Cam Critchlow. Shoots! Bad save again by Morrison. Might have come off his stick. Cazzola, he picks this one up, he fires it to Finucci. Finucci just turns back on himself, looks to just kill off a few more seconds. Great play there as the Flyers now just dump this one in deep. Quayle heads over to his bench, looks to get a change, and so a little bit more difficult in this second period to make those changes. Positioning of the benches. Fired in by the Storm. They look to once again try and get set for this power play. Flyers doing well again through Gutwald. Chip it out. Takes an awkward bounce, and Ginn has hold of this one. Set play out for the Manchester Storm. Thompson feeds it across to Tyson Facette. Second best to that one. There's a little battle goes along the wall. Paul Crowder now to break. He can drive it to the two men of the Manchester Storm. A back shot comes in, blocked by Ginn. Big rebound. Ginn has to be alert for the save.
Big save by Matt Ginn there, off the rebound chance. Storm just don't see like they can get anything going right now. We'll see if they can get a change and get the other unit up there. Crowder
picks out a man coming in. Ginn again on the very edge of his goal line. Has to be alert and seals that one off. Again, the Flyers looking more dangerous on the penalty kill.
Yeah, it's tough when you have the power play and you just take your foot off the gas pedal, expecting to have the advantage up one guy, and the other PK works harder than you. You're not going to have much success.
Bit of a delay here. I'd spotted it. The clock continued counting down for a good 2 or 3 seconds after the whistle. The bench of the Manchester Storm certainly alerted the officials quickly to that. I think they're saying maybe another. Wait to say, I think they're going to drop the puck and delay the start of the clock by 5 seconds. And so the clock is frozen at the moment. And it's back underway. Storm penned into their own zone. Look to try and bring it out. Frankie Melton. Nice move by Melton. Melton driving in again. Looking for his options. Takes it round the back. Pushed out by Jones. Melton back to Jared Orlin. Melton picks up that position on the blue line. Plays it across to Paskaric. Paskaric, Melton. Melton shoots into the glove and the equipment of Morrison.
How many times have we seen that tonight? Shot on goal from the point, and Morrison just swallows it up. I don't know if he's on his game tonight or he always has great rebound control. But with Almer, Simo just in front there, the Storm are just looking for a bounce, looking for a rebound, and they're just not getting it right now.
Draw is won by the Storm, but it comes cleanly all the way through, back into their own zone. As you mentioned there, Adam, Morrison's rebound control has just been exceptional so far tonight.
Yeah, no second chances. I think he's given up one rebound where Almer tried to get it in off a wraparound attempt, but there's nothing really he can do. But that's tough when the Storm are just trying to get pucks through from the point, and they're not getting second chances.
Shaver for the Flyers, looks to drive in at the defence. Picked up in front, and broke free for Finucci. Couldn't quite convert though. And the Storm lose out at centre ice. Finucci. Carlo Finucci gains the blue line, drops it across. Shot comes in. Ginn has to make the save. Crowder tries this one through. Flyers looking now to generate some offensive time in their own 5-on-5. Isaac's penalty against the Storm. Oh no. I think Morrison making his way towards the bench.
Morrison almost left an empty net. Up by 3 goals, pull the goalie, why not?
bit of confusion there from himself and from me. I just seen him and automatically assumed there must be a penalty on the play.
Yeah, I think the ref had his hand up for a high stick. Morrison assumed it was a penalty against the Manchester Storm. That could have been crisis averted, I guess.
15:59 remaining in this second period. They Storm with one power play opportunity. Flyers having a couple opportunities themselves, short-handed. Here's Tyson Facette. He will drive at Gutwald. Facette shoots, just goes wide. Barmer keeps inside the zone, looks to feed one dangerously in front. Cam Critchlow turns, shoots, put to one side of his stick from Morrison. Now a chance for the Flyers to jump up ice. Morrison just tending to his goal. I think he came off the pegs there. It's back on again. Now the Storm looking to attack this fight. Ivan Sheehan. Sheehan drives in deep, takes it around the back of Morrison's cage. Looking for his options, drops it back again for Tyson Facette. He's pinned up against Paul Crowder. Facette and Cambrays just getting in each other's way briefly.
I've liked this line tonight. 16-11 and 16-11-14. A lot of energy, a lot of ozone time. Probably the most for the Storm. Doing a great job, hopefully, together. Hopefully they can bang one in soon.
Jones comes off the skates of Brays into the bottom corner. Plenty of physical play from both sides. Still battling hard in this mid-frame of this game.
Yeah, the first period so fast. Lot of physical play. It slowed down a little bit here in the second period. I think both teams have found themselves into the game. The Fife Flyers, a lot of composure tonight, a lot of poise. And the Manchester Storm just seem to be fighting it a little bit. And we'll see if they can get their game back on track here.
Shaver to take the draw for the Flyers up against Simmons. Shaver wins it. Shot coming in. Comes off Piskaric. They back their icing in defence tonight. Storm a bit short-handed with Dallas Earhart away on international duty, and Johnny Negren still out injured. Piskaric does well to just play that one off. This will be picked up by Samuelson. Simmons drives through centre ice. Simmons on the outside, gets a shot away, comes off the backboards. Samuelson can't get to it. Now it breaks back the opposite way with Danik Gauthier. He just has his pocket pick from Raymond Grewal. And that puck just jumped out into the benches.
Nice streaking through the neutral zone from Scott Simmons there. Tried to put the puck on the net for a rebound, just missed wide. And the Storm don't seem to be turning much pucks over on the forecheck once they get into the Fife Flyers zone. I think they're going to need to change that if they want to have success here in the last half of the game.
Ulmo winning that draw for the Storm. Can't get it out of the zone. Flyers managed to pinch up with McKenzie. McKenzie just to feed it back door perhaps. Dylan Quayle plays it back across to his defensive partner, Emmendale. All in, pressing up high, forcing the Flyers to play it out. Isaacs. Sorry for Nucci. Where did I get Isaacs from? I think it's the eyes. Cazzola.
A lot of poise and composure by the Fife Flyers. They're not forcing anything right now.
Quayle throws this one in. This is going to come all the way through. Matt Ginn wanting icing. It's been waved off though. Ginn looking confusingly at the officials. Scrappy play at centre ice. That one will be icing against the Manchester Storm.
Yeah, looked like the Fife Flyers iced the puck there. The linesman waved it off and then they got charged for the icing. Tough to make a comeback when the Fife Flyers are just controlling the puck in the neutral zone. Just taking their time. The Storm are going to have to start turning pucks over, taking a couple chances, and see what they can convert.
Well, it's been a difficult night here at the Shelter so far for the Manchester Storm. It's trying to find their way back into this game. That next goal all important for them. Big puck battle down low. Storm hemmed into their zone a little bit at the moment. Feeding out in front, comes all the way through to the neutral zone. Isaacs just backhands that one off. Livingston dumps this one in. Matt Ginn comes out and plays it aggressively out to Gagnon. Centre ice now for Jared Allin. Allin looks to shoot, comes off. The one little rebound that does come off Morrison. He's straight on top of it.
Great play there by Ollie coming in. He had that crossbar in the first period that just would have probably turned this game around and made a completely different game. And what a shot through the defenseman's legs, Isaacs. Morrison, another good rebound control. It pops out, but he covers it within a half second.
Kind of surprised we're not seeing a little bit more aggression around the crease of Morrison, especially after that incident with Simmons and Morrison coming together early in the first. We've not seen much of that since, Adam.
Yeah, you're right. Storm players are definitely going to have to do that now. We'll see if definitely a good point.
Danik Gauthier, he looks to take this one deep. He's shepherded out by Ivan Shian, an ex-Croatian international and MK Lightning player. Thompson feeds it over to Facette. Facette out there joined by, it was Braze and Cam Critchlow.
Yeah, tough play to make at the blue line. Such a small neutral zone in this rink. Storm are just going to have to carry it wide, shoot for rebounds, drive the net, drive Morrison, like you say, try and bag something in. It's hard for a goalie to control a rebound when he can't see the puck.
Braze, he drops this one off to Declan Barmer, who fires it in. Morrison just freezes that one off, drops it off. Sam Jones, Swindon Wildcat, first year in the Elite League with the Fife Flyers. Ivan Shian gets hold of the puck, but he can't keep possession for his team. Fed through, here is Shian again. Good work by the Flyers to pick this one up. Arneson to Cazzola. One-time shot coming in by Crowder. Again, has to be alert and glove that one down.
That Crowder has a really hard shot. Jeez, great first goal. Great shot there. Or he didn't get the first goal, no. But he has a hard shot there. Jeez, big save by Ginn.
Of course, the Crowder brothers icing out there, both Paul and Tim. They had a real good game here a few games ago. Getting a couple of goals and assists between them, feeding each other quite nicely. 11:35 remaining in this second period. Flyers currently have the puck down in the Storm zone. Comes through to Emmendale. Emmendale shoots. Puck just takes a deflection in front. Drops down. Finley Ulrich, the young GB player. Flyers managed to sweep this one up through McKenzie. McKenzie back to Emmendale. Number 44. Just a bit of pressure from Thompson. Pushing up high. Quayle. He now plays this one to Just. Flyers gain the entry. Bit scrappy. Piskaric was first to this one, plays it to Raymond Grewal. He has pressure from Barry McKenzie, former Manchester Phoenix player. He'll be familiar playing here at this rink. And Just with Grewal. Raymond Grewal does really well to drop this one off to Finley Ulrich. Bit of a loose pass there. Hit by Thompson, just trying to put a bit of energy into this building perhaps. Lane Ulmer. Battling Isaacs, feeds it across. Back to Melton. Melton shoots, goes high and wide. Pressure from Gutwald. Managed to put the young 91 off his shot. Here is Frankie Melton. Looks to feed it high to low. Jared Orlin. Matthew Gagnon pinches up to keep this puck inside the zone. But now Just is able to skate it out for his team and just drop it over the blue line. But it's fired straight back in by the Storm.
Offside, delayed offside. Jared Alden didn't see the lines in there. Storm are buzzing, couple good chances. Lane Ulmer, Gags, Frankie, a lot of good chances there for the boys halfway through the game here. Probably like to get one before the period ends.
Yeah, much better period there for the period of play for the Manchester Storm. You just get the feeling if they're going to get themselves back into this game, they're just going to have to grind themselves into it.
Totally grind it. Not going to be pretty. Get one, get two, get three. Easy peasy.
Yeah. Sam Jones drops this one down at Gauthier. Across to Paul Crowder. Crowder just chips this one in towards Ginn. Ivan Sheehan plays it around the boards to Tyson Facette. And then looks to feed it to Cam Critchlow. A loose pass there from the 16, but now he picks this one up. Now he's driving here. Tyson Facette shoots! Maybe glances off the top of the crossbar. Hard to see from this angle. Then Morrison's aggressive with the glove save.
Great play by Fawcett there. Walked through about 3-5 Flyers. Great shot, just missed the net. This Morrison, he's so big and he takes up so many angles. You got to pick corners on him, and it's just really tough to score on this guy right now. He's on his game. Ballmer with the shot up top, and Morrison swallows up another rebound.
Cruzola up against Critchlow. Fan shot from Ballmer, fed through to Finuccio to break. Here's Crowder for company. Here's Crowder, goes through backhand, forehand. Ginn was very patient. Very patient.
Big save.
Emmendale takes it away from Facette. Ivan Sheehan just pinching up, picks this up, but just drops it in. It's picked up again by Paul Crowder. Crowder now looks to drive around Raymond Grewal. Cam Critchlow throws it in for Samuelson to get to work on the forecheck. Samuelson with a swing of a stick there up against the glass. Come around, there's nobody really there as Raymond Grewal takes his time to get there. Back to Samuelson. Samuelson again, nobody there for him. Finucci on the far side, bit of pace. Driving through the zone, looking for the feed in front. Flyers almost with their fourth one. Play just breaking down a little bit of run and gun hockey here. We're not seeing too much of that in the second period. Again, the Flyers now come back the opposite way. Carlo Finucci, always dangerous in this position.
Run and gun hockey, 3-on-2s, 4-on-2s, back and forth. This is what you probably want if you're the Manchester Storm. Open up the game, see if you can capitalize on an odd man rush, and hopefully the Fife Flyers can't.
High stakes here, hockey here. Listen to Thompson. Thompson shoots, good save again by Morrison. Thompson with a secondary chance, just fires it high and wide.
Great play by Cody, another big save by Morrison. The Storm are coming on. Tides have turned, it looks like.
And say plenty of offensive chances for the Manchester Storm, but they're also giving up a few chances the opposite way. This next goal is going to be huge in the context of this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, 4-0, game over probably, or 3-1, totally different ball game.
Livingston backhands up and across Gittins' crease. He just gets a paddle onto it. Matthew Gagnon now. A big 75. Plays it across, looking for Jared Orlin. Scrappy entry. Jared Orlin picks up free in front. There it is! Lane Ormer gets the first goal for the Manchester Storm here. 7:28 remaining in the second, and the Storm have life.
Big turnover behind the net. Jared Olin makes a great play, turns the puck over and finds Frankie in the slot. Frankie buries it. Always tough for a goalie to play a play from behind the net to the slot. Exactly what the doctor ordered, and it's a whole new game. 3-1. The Storm have to be very happy with the period so far.
As this building comes to life here in the second period. Manchester Storm cutting that Flyers lead to 2. I say Lane Ormer getting the goal there for the Manchester Storm with a feed from Wallin. Fawcett tries the second straight away for the Storm. Great backhand play by Tyson Fawcett. Just a moment of seconds in between those goals. We have a game on, Adam.
Game on. It just took one to break the dam, and now the Manchester Storm are flying. Great play by Tyson, get it on net. Goalie wasn't expecting a backhand. And it's 3-2. The score probably dictates the game right now. The Fife Flyers call a timeout. And you know, when you're a team that has been struggling, you only have one win in a bunch of games like the Fife Flyers do, you're probably a bit fragile, and it's showing right now.
Been what has been a bit of a frustrating night for Tyson, and the puck just kept jumping on him a few times, and I think that'll be a big weight off his shoulders as well.
What did I say? Get 1, get 2, get 3, easy peasy. They're at 2 right now, just one more.
It's Tyson's 15th goal of the season. So the Flyers do take a timeout.
I like that timeout by the Fife Flyers.
Absolutely.
Good timeout. Settle the boys down. Get back to what you were doing in the first period. And you're still up by 1, but we'll see what both teams have. I think this game's going to ramp up now.
So now 7:10 on the clock remaining in this second period. 2 quick goals for the Storm as the Flyers look to react immediately. Glove saved by Matt Ginn. Offensive draw for the Flyers as they look to steady the ship here and just sniff out any comeback for the Manchester Storm. Quayle shot blocked by Braze. Braze manages to push him all the way back into his own zone. Gauthier, that one's blown up offside.
This game has a totally new feel. The building erupted after Fawcett buried it 5-hole on the backhand. And big period. A total response from Ryan Finnerty, probably exactly what he wanted. And just they got hard on the forecheck. They turned pucks over, and they just looked like a brand new team.
Just the 18 seconds between the 2 goals there for the Manchester Storm. First goal scored by Lane Ormer, assisted by Orlin and Frankie Melton. And then the second goal for the Storm, unassisted, Tyson Fawcett.
It looked to me that Frankie got that first goal. I don't know why they have Ulmer. Did it bounce? Was there a rebound or something? Or?
No, it's did I call it it's Melton or did I call it it's Ulmer? I'm pretty sure it's Ulmer. We'll have a look at the in between the periods. Matt Ginn.
You hear the drums, you hear the crowd roar now.
So the was a pretty stony atmosphere here for the first period and start of the second. Building's come alive now.
That's the thing about this Storm. They never go away. Never.
Isaacs. Matt Ginn plays this one out to Piskaric. Piskaric chipped this one out of the zone. does well. Jones, centre pass through for Just. Can't hold on to this one. So the game has a completely different reflection on it now. Sullivan feeds it around to Jared Orlin. Jared Orlin looks to try and stretch that play across to Thompson. Took a stick of the Flyers. Just broke it up a little bit. Morrison under pressure from Ulmer.
How big was that save on that 2-on-1 back in? 3-0 game. What a save. Totally turned it around. 4-0 and now it's 3-2.
No, absolutely. I'm sure with Skinner being the player that he is, he'll probably look back in that first period and be disappointed with a couple of the goals, but standing up big when needed. Flyers again just taking their time to come out of the zone. They can't really do it cleanly as McKenzie just chips this one up into the bench of the Flyers. Gonna look like take the draw in the neutral zone. Critchlow up against Crowder. Critchlow is the better of Crowder on this occasion.
Oh no, that's a penalty. Oh no.
That was fired all the way down, straight into the netting, and as Adam says, there'll be a delay of game.
Bad break for Zach Sullivan there. Obviously a set play, trying to bounce it off the end wall for one face-off. Just probably got up on him, probably bounced on him, and Storm will have to need a kill here.
So the Flyers already converting on one of their power plays so far tonight in the first period. They'll be looking to get their fourth goal of the evening on this power play. So Shaver will take the draw for his Flyers team. Up against Ulmer. Gagnon play this one off the wall all the way throughout the zone. Good play by Matthew Gagnon. Flyers will have to start this power play all the way down in their own zone. They do so through Quayle. Now he drops this one off. Played across. Flyers do well to get the entry, nice and controlled. Shot just took a deflection.
Big power play here. Momentum from both sides if they score for the Fife Flyers, or a big kill would be another huge boost for the Manchester Storm.
Quayle back to Shaver. Flyers got themselves set nice. Moving the puck crisply. Shot pass in front. Ginn has to stretch up the left pad and just holds that one and prevents it from crossing the line. Good save by the Manchester Storm number one.
Good movement by the Fife Flyers. They're working it around, trying to get a shot through. The Manchester Storm do such a good job to take away lanes. Blocked by Ray, and looks like the Fife Flyers just got a bit of a last shot there. Another big save by Matt Ginn, but good job by the Fife Flyers moving it around on this Manchester Storm penalty kill.
Bit of a scrappy draw. Storm are able to clear it down to the bottom end.
So important to win those PK draws. So important. You kill like 20 seconds just like that.
Emmendahl skating this one out for his team. He drops it back off for Fanucci. He's going to attack the blue line with a bit of pace, but he decides to dump it in. Comes all the way through. Storm should clear this one out the zone. Thompson just gloves this one down for himself. Does really well to kill off a few more seconds for Simmons. Crizzola. Sheehan stripped the puck by Crizzola. Simmons does well to play that one outside of the zone. Final 30 seconds of this Flyers power play. Emmendahl. Last attack perhaps for the Flyers on this power play. Cross-ice pass. It bounces and comes out of the zone.
Nice stick by Tyson Fawcett there. Break up that pass, get the puck out of the zone, kill the rest of this power play.
Paul Crowder turns, skates this one out. Takes it over the blue line, a little drop pass to Just throws it in for Crowder. We skate 5-on-5. Still the attack continues for the Flyers, though. They have that offensive possession. Shot coming in, Ginn has to just reach up and save that with his chest. Rebound just goes wide. Zach Sullivan back out on the ice after serving that delay of game, 2-minute minor. Can't get out of the zone, gets caught up in the skates of the official and it's blown down. It's about the third or fourth time tonight the officials have been a little bit too involved in the game.
Yeah, they can't get away from it.
I guess it's difficult for them as well out there on that tight ice.
Yeah. There's 4 of them. No excuses, though. Good job by the Storm. Big kill there. And Matt Ginn shutting the door. Big 2 minutes left here in the second period.
Jones fires this one in. Sullivan makes it. Big hit coming in from Gauthier on Sullivan. He's taken a real pounding tonight. Again, the officials get this in the way of the exit. Gagnon and Gauthier are coming together. Gagnon not happy with the hit from Gauthier. I'm not quite sure. Zach Sullivan is absolutely furious.
The Fight Flyers may have a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes here. Wow, what a turn of events.
I've got to be honest, I seen a broken stick fall to the ice. Sullivan stood next to Gauthier. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Zach Sullivan came and stood up for himself. Came over and broke his stick over Crowder, was it? Or Gauthier? Gauthier with the cross check. And that was the 2 minutes. That's going to be a 2 minutes. I'm not sure what Gags got. Gags got 2 for standing up for his teammate too. So
yeah, it's going to be a 5-on-3, I think, for the Flyers.
Zach Sullivan
is not a happy boy.
No, he's 2 big hits already. He looks worse for wear in the penalty box right now. He was in a defenseless position really there on the breakouts, on the forecheck, and not sure if we're going to get a replay or not here.
The officials are just having a conversation over by the scorer's box. See Livingston and Jared Allin. Of course, Dallas Earhart away on international duty, so Allin will be stepping up, I guess, as one of the captains here tonight. Big moment in the game again. Keep saying that, but with 2:27 remaining, the Flyers, they have a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3 here against the Manchester Storm.
We'll see if the ice conditions play a factor. The last 2 minutes of the period, ice isn't great, and we'll see what type of effect that has on their passing and shooting here for the Fight Flyers.
It used to be where the Flyers just get camped in now, just look to try and move this penalty kill unit around and open up a shooting lane. Here is the shooting lane, saved by Ginn. Now it's Crowder, turns back on himself. Still just holding that 3-man formation around Matt Ginn. Flyers now come to the blue line through Shaver. Shaver and just slowly crossing over back to Shaver. Shaver plays it down low. Shot coming in. Ginn gets the paddle onto this one, puts it into the corner. Simmons looks to try and freeze it off, but it breaks down briefly. This is going to be where it can be dangerous for the Manchester Storm. Flyers look to exploit any spaces that open up. Shaver shoots. Puck was free for a moment and the Storm managed to clear it out of the zone. That's the first minute gone on the power play.
You know what? The Fight Flyers used their timeout already after 2 goals by the Storm. They probably would have taken a timeout there to draw up a play. Seemed like they're a little off right now. Not too crisp. It's tough. Sometimes when you get 2 minutes, it's tough to make plays, and there's just so much time.
Now the Flyers again look to get set for just comes across. Shot, first time shot comes in. Great block by Cam Critchlow.
What a block, wow.
Flyers again, still with the puck. Looking to just work the space, being patient on the play. Carl Just. Final minute of play in the second period, 30 seconds remaining on the power play. 5-on-3, cross seam pass, comes all the way through. Another block by the Manchester Storm. Ivan Chian trying to make a nuisance of himself. Again, fed in front. Ginn, great save! Second save! Final 10 seconds of this 5-on-3. Again, fed out in front. The puck's free for a moment. Krazola turns back on himself. Back to Just. Looks for a shooting lane. Ginn again with a save. Second save. Critchlow backhands it out. Still back to full strength. We skate 5-on-5. Final 20 seconds of the second period. Matthew Gagnon feeds it out front. Fawcett paddled away by Morrison.
TSN turning point right now. What a kill by the Storm. Wow.
Grewal just fires this one into the bottom corner. and what has been a good period for the Manchester Storm, still trailing by 1 goal. As again the players come together.
Big kill. You know the Manchester Storm are going to get a power play or two in the third period. The refs are going to even this up probably. And what a big kill by the Storm. A huge block by Critch. Couple big saves by Ginner. And really missed opportunity there by the Fife Flyers. You know, that timeout is just so important. You call it on after getting scored 2 goals against. I agree, the right call, but then you just don't have it. And if you don't practice it or didn't talk about it before the game, the guys are all messed up, and looks like they weren't on the same page there for that 2 minutes.
I guess it's a very fine line when you have those 5s on 3s between being patient and having a bit of intensity. And they showed a lot of patience, but perhaps didn't quite move that puck around as quickly as they needed to.
Yeah, I just thought that, you know, number 73, Kyle, just had the puck at the blue line. And yeah, he was being patient and passing around, but just not in a threat position at all. And the Manchester Storm just triangled it up. They had 3 guys low, and it's just, you know, you're not worried. It turns into a 4-on-3, and you're just killing time as you stick handle the puck at the blue line. So the Storm did a great job, not overextending themselves. A huge kill for the boys.
You see Zach Sullivan, who's taking a bit of time out before he heads into the locker room. He was just having a word with the officials. I think he obviously feels quite frustrated that perhaps he's been a bit targeted out there tonight and not been looked after by the officials.
Yeah, it's always tough when you feel like there's been a couple missed calls. Obviously, Zach, hopefully he's okay, and he's not worse for wear. He's going to play in the third period, but a couple big hits on him tonight, and we'll see what comes up about it in the third.
Okay, same as the end of the first. We're going to take a short break here. We will be back 5 minutes or so before the start of the third period, and what has been a hugely fascinating and exciting game of hockey here at the Storm Shelter. Flyers leading 3-2. We'll see how it ends up.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Get your shirt off the back ticket, it's £1 to go.
Okay folks, welcome back. The Zamboni has just left the ice. Both teams are in the wings waiting to come on, and we have an exciting third period coming up here at the Storm Shelter. Flyers leading by 3-2, but that second period was all about the Manchester Storm, Adam, as they fought back and got 2 goals to get themselves back into this game and just trail by 1.
Yeah, it was a weird first period. The Fife Flyers scored. They were very opportunistic. They scored a bunch of goals on a limited amount of chances. And then you get the Manchester Storm come out. They never give up. They're such a resilient bunch. They play hard all the time, and they just turn the tide. You could see if they started turning pucks over again hard on the forecheck, things were going to turn. They got the first goal was off the forecheck. Ollie made a great play. And then Foss, that's what I was talking about before. After shifts, that's just such a big important shift after a goal, and Fawcett makes it 3-2 and just a totally new game.
Yeah, so it was a bit of confusion on it was Frankie Melton getting the first goal for the Manchester Storm, fed from Jared Orlin, and I heard you describe it a couple of weeks ago, Adam, and it's Orlin's office.
Yeah, Ollie behind the net, finds Frankie, a great pass right on the tape. Frankie makes no mistake, and huge first goal for the Storm.
And then the second goal from Tyson Forster, unassisted. 18 seconds between the goals. It was a huge goal for the Storm.
Wow, what a huge goal for the Storm. Fife Flyers probably still a little shell shocked from the first goal. He takes it from his own half wall of his end, comes across the neutral zone, and then when he's coming down on the goalie, it's always tough on the backhand. Like the goalies never know where you're going to shoot it on the backhand. I don't even think the players know where they're mostly going to shoot it on the backhand. He just tried to get it off quickly after going wide on the defenseman, right through the 5-hole on Morrison. Morrison's been great all night. Probably would have liked that one back. No, nothing to blame on the first one. And obviously Ginner shut the door on the 5-on-3. Huge turning point in the game, and now it's a one-shot game with for the Storm to get back into the playoffs with Dundee winning tonight.
I was going to mention that 5-on-3, another huge moment in this game, and say often a full 2-minute 5-on-3 that can be as much momentum gatherer for a team than scoring a goal.
Yeah, that's huge for the Storm. Fife Flyers, when you don't score on a 5-on-3, that's so. You just feel terrible. Just all the air comes out of the balloon. It's just so tough because that's just a golden opportunity. That has to be a goal. 2 minutes, 5-on-3 has to be a goal in pro hockey.
Opening draw won by the Fife Flyers. They look to get things back underway, and they'll be hopefully, from their point of view, looking to get the first goal of this third period and just perhaps take the air back out of this building. And Zach Sullivan back out there for Manchester Storm. He was most displeased with the treatment he was receiving in that second period. Shot comes in and just gloved down by Morrison. Got to give a shout out to Victoria Schofield. Victoria, I hope you're well. I believe you're stuck up in Glasgow. She went up to the game yesterday, team photographer, and been struggling to get back down south with the weather and the current situation with the trains. I hope you get back soon and safely, Vic.
She should have been on the supporters bus. The supporters bus yesterday was absolutely bouncing. Looked like a club in there. Looked crazy.
I think she wanted to stay for post-game drinks, knowing Vic. The Flyers now looking to drive in with Gauthier, but he's stripped by Gagnon. Gagnon has a Crowder causing him a nuisance on the back check. Morrison comes out to play this puck. This one's fired all the way down. Matt Ginn wanting icing on this one.
I would say one thing about the Storm dumping it in right now, I think they got to keep it away from Morrison. I know it's hard in a small rink and stuff. Maybe some soft chips, some soft corner or opposite side corner chips. Every time he touches it, he's passing it to the defenseman, and they're making easy breakouts.
It was quite clear in that second period. The Storm were gambling a little bit. We've seen a bit more run and gun hockey to get themselves back into the game, and fortunately for them, they got the first goal in the second period, and then the second. So I wonder if Ryan Finnerty might just adjust his tactics a little bit, perhaps not be so gun-ho. It's a cross-seam pass. As Morrison is cleaned out. He throws a little bit of a blocker punch there. Nothing too serious.
That's what you were talking about, driving the net, getting to Adam Morrison's crease. One of the leagues where I'm not really sure about the ruling on the goalies. They do not protect goalies in this league at all. I would say one thing. We've seen it so many times with Matt Ginn. We've seen it twice today with Adam Morrison. Just no calls. You just can go run the goalie and just have no calls. I don't really understand it, to be honest.
The draw coming outside of the zone. Just a minute gone in this third period. Morrison not happy with that one. He will stay 5-on-5. Simmons taking the draw up against Cazzola. Former Edinburgh Capital. A couple of seasons now in... switching over to Fife. Emmendale brings this one through the neutral zone. Paskaric, that's the first one to that. Bit of an uncomfortable role for him tonight.
Great job by number 37 there. Great job.
So for those that aren't aware, a bit of a strange position for him tonight, icing on defence for the Storm. Samuelson now takes it in, throws it in. As Adam mentioned earlier, Adam Morrison quite happy to handle the puck and just puts his glove on that one and slows it down.
Yeah, I would say in the first period, I think the Fife Flyers, they weren't too fancy, and then you just see that shift there. They're coming across the blue line, little toe drag, turned over, the Storm come back and get a chance, and those just add up. I think in the first period, the Fife Flyers were just keeping it simple, creating chances, and now they got a little confidence and maybe a bit too much confidence as they're turning pucks over here, and that's great for the Storm.
Ivan Sheehan doing well to keep the puck inside of the zone for the Storm as they win the draw, but it's a bit of a scrappy one. Bray's working hard. The two 14s get to work down in that bottom corner. Still working the boards. Just pins his man to the boards. Facette comes in to help him out. Again, Xian does well to keep it inside of the zone. Critchlow throws it across. Big hit coming in on Braze. Storm working the puck well. Moves in front. Shot coming in by Facette. Morrison just holds onto that one and gathers up the rebound.
Great shift by this line. 11, 14, 16. They already got one tonight. Looking for their second as a line. Great control by Cam Critchlow down low. Controlling the puck. Finds his buddy Tyson Fawcett in the slot. Fawcett does a great job of getting open and doing a quick release. And Adam Morrison just another big save there. But great shift there by the Storm.
Early moments in this third period. Positive for the Manchester Storm. Plenty of offensive time as Melton comes away with it. Looks to just feed it across the seam.
Fife Flyers D-man, no stick. That's advantage Storm.
Gagnon miscontrols and takes the puck all the way back into his own zone. You can't exploit that Sickless defenseman, Jared Allin. Bit of a scrappy entry picked up by the Flyers. They'll now feed this through to Paul Crowder. Crowder looking for the feed across Ginn's crease. Crowder again with the puck. Has Sullivan for company. Storm now able to break through Lane Ulmer. Lane Ulmer chips this one in on Morrison, and again he's just going to hold on to this one. Bit of a snow shower there from Ulmer.
No rush in playing the puck for Adam Morrison. Slow the game down. Get a change. The Manchester Storm #1 line out, and they'll get off the ice here. And you know, you're up by one. No need to rush it and try and force anything.
So I believe it finished up in Dundee. 4-3 against Guildford. Piscaric shoots again into the equipment of Morrison.
Nice face-off win. Scott Simmons gets to the front of the crease. That's his office. Ollie's office is behind the goal line or in the corner, trying to find guys in the slot. Scott Simmons' office in front of the net.
Crowder chips this one through centre ice, looking for Fanucci. Fanucci takes a stick up high. Thompson shoots this one and comes off Quayle. As the Storm drums get underway here at the shelter, fans getting behind their team. Piscaric just on the blue line, fires one back from where it came.
The ice has been tilted for the last 30 minutes or so. Storm doing a great job, creating a lot of offensive zone time, and just sooner or later that's going to pay off.
Storm managed to get a full line change in. Again, they say just pinned down in that bottom end. I'm sure Ryan Finn is to be happy with what he's seen from his side.
3-0. The Fife Flyers get a 2-on-1, and Mackin just makes a huge save, and that's just so important for the playoff picture. We're looking at 3-2 now. Storm all over the Fife Flyers. What an important save. We can't forget about that. We had that. We have the TSN turning point, 5-on-3, big kill. A couple big turning points tonight.
16-12 in this third remaining. Flyers still one goal up. Storm need to find that equaliser yet until they can complete the comeback. Critchlow dispossessed of the puck, but the Flyers can only turn it over again in the neutral zone. Xian and Barmer. And Xian throws this one in. That one's going to be icing. Offensive draw for the Flyers. See Crowder out there, joined by Gauthier. It will be Crowder who'll take the draw for his team. Critchlow gets the better again of him.
That's a penalty.
There's a tripping call against
and the Manchester Storm are going to have a power play with some fresh ice.
There's the number 91 of the Fife Flyers going to make his way over to the penalty box. 16 for 2, tripping against him.
That's just so tough. You're on the forecheck. You're trying to play the puck, and it just looked like Ivans stepped on the Fife Flyers stick, Shaver's stick there, and now the Storm have a chance to tie it up here.
Interesting, seen it a few times. Piscaric staying out there on this power play, so no real true D-menace. The shot comes in. There's the leveler. Manchester Storm have completed the comeback. 3 apiece. Scott Simmons scoring on the power play with just 8 seconds gone on the clock.
Obviously a face-off play. What a play, what a goal. Adam Morrison can't slide across right on along the ice. And it's a brand new ball game. Wow.
15:35 in this third period to go. Which way will it go? The ice seems heavily tilted in favour of the Manchester Storm at the moment, but we've seen how quickly things can change. Zach Sullivan will throw this one in.
1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, easy peasy. What did I say?
Crowder throws this one in. Sullivan will be the first one to it. Comes all the way back to the blue line. Krazola can't keep it inside of the zone. I was just going to say about keeping Paskaric out there, obviously playing on D tonight, but on those power play situations, icing those 5 forwards, which are, I guess when you're chasing the game like the Storm have been, then it's a good dynamic to have.
Yeah, obviously it paid off. I think they're 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. The first one, when you give up a couple breakaways, you never like to see that, but obviously it came through in a huge important moment when the boys needed it the most, and it's a tie game.
Sullivan tries to get a clean exit out, but it's picked up straight away by the Flyers in their own zone. Emmendahl looks at his options, looks for a cross-ice pass. Zach Sullivan, Matthew Gagnon, Cam Critchlow drops it off. Facette shoots, picked up by Critchlow, comes back to Gagnon. Gagnon plays across the blue line to Raymond Grewal. Grewal dumps it in. Facette. Emmendahl does really well just to backhand that one out. But it'll be icing.
The drums are going, the Manchester Storm crowd's being loud. Just a great last 30 minutes by the boys here.
Scott Simmons will take this draw. Up against Grizzola.
Another thing on the power play on that goal, another big face-off by Lane Ulmer. We didn't talk about that, but just so important to get that play. And then I know the Manchester Storm have some face-off plays on the power play, and it paid off there.
Here is Simmons, the scorer of the third goal of the Manchester Storm. Big hit thrown by Scott Simmons, I think it was. But now it's Livingston, fires it on Ginn. Ginn just pushes that one back towards Livingston, but Paskaric got to it first. Henrik Samuelsson can't gain the entry. Raymond Grewal plays it off the board, picked up by Samuelsson. Samuelsson driving at 2 defensemen. Fed out in front again. The puck just comes out free. Now is the chance for the Flyers to break back the opposite way. Good stick work by the Storm, just preventing that clean pass across the neutral zone to Livingston.
We were a couple inches there from the Storm taking a 4-3 lead. What a play by Cody Thompson. Great
Bomber
pass there.
To Ulmer. Ulmer shoots! Big rebound, good save. Olin chips it back in towards Lane Ulmer. Comes back to Sheehan. Sheehan throws it in. Again another rebound. Adam Morrison giving up a few more rebounds than he did in the first period, that's for sure. Declan Balmer looking for the hit on Gauthier. Again, the game just opening up a little bit.
Manchester Storm have tilted the ice. Adam Morrison obviously not as confident as he was in the first 30 minutes of this game, and
Gauthier throwing the big hit on Ivan Sheehan. Shot coming in, just goes wide. Gauthier making a nuisance around the crease of Matt Ginn. This time Cam Critchlow puts Gauthier on his backside. Ginn comes out to play this. Fires it around the boards, always wary of going that way around the Zamboni door. Critchlow fires it off the backboards. Morrison just gets a paddle to this one. As Braze takes down Crowder, comes back to Gagnon. Gagnon shoots! Just wide. Comes all the way back out. Sullivan plays it across to his defensive partner, Matthew Gagnon. This time Gagnon takes the big hit. This has a real playoff atmosphere about it at the moment. I think, I'm not sure what's going on. The buzz has just gone off. What a halt to play.
A piece of broken glass or something, or what's going on here?
Maybe. Yeah. So just in for where Gagnon took that big hit, it just dislodged a bit of plexi around the scorer's box. They've just put it straight back in place again.
That 3-0 lead by the Fife Flowers seems like 2 years ago. Wow.
Seems like the last time you played.
Yeah, seems like just 2 different ball games right now. 2 different games. Fife Flowers came out, scored on every chance they had, and then the Storm just never give up attitude all over them. One thing you got to be worried about, Mackin hasn't seen a lot of pucks here in the third period, and he's a pro. He's got to stay warm and stay in it. I know he will, but it's always tough when you're not getting a lot of shots, getting a lot of action.
Sullivan backhands that one out. Again, that plexi looks like it might have just come loose from that hit just in front of the scorer's box. The play continues, and there's a penalty against the Manchester Storm. I think it's going to be Samuelson that's going to perhaps go and sit. I have a feeling it might be a tripping call. Just wait to see the officials, see how they call this.
What? Wow. I don't think that's a penalty, but I'm not a ref. I don't know.
The ones out in the referee uniform are the ones that count and say it's now a big opportunity for the Flyers to strike back immediately. High stick was the call. 12-11 remaining in this third period where we're 3 apiece. We've already seen a full 2 minute 5-on-3 penalty kill from the Storm.
Big kill here for the Storm. They've came up spades lately, and we'll see if they can keep it going here.
And first thing, the Flyers look to get the entry, which they do. Get it cleanly, comes all the way round. Do well to keep it inside of the zone. Shaver get into work. Storm do well to clear the puck right down to the bottom corner. Morrison looks to get play underway straight away. Just forcing the Storm to hurry their line change. All in. Xian is kept inside of the zone. Shaver has hold of it. Drops it across to Gauthier. Gauthier comes back across to Crowder. Crowder just fans on the shot, doesn't really get hold of it cleanly. But we've seen that a few times, both from Morrison and Ginn on these power plays, how they want to keep their teams up that opposite end of the ice with those stretch passes. And it really is a new dynamic to hockey, the way these goalies could handle the puck.
Yeah, Adam Morrison does a good job at playing that puck. I've seen it all year from Matt Ginn. Matt Ginn is one of the best in the league. You just go to that far blue line, hang out, and he'll find you. And it's an odd man rush every time.
It's a strange draw win for Lane Ulmer. Mike Cazzola not happy.
That was the easiest win of Lane Ulmer's life.
Yeah, it was quite strange. The official just dropped the puck and Lane scooped it back and Cazzola didn't. Anyway, they look to again get the entry. They do. Through Fanucci. Just jumps off the stick of Crowder. Paul Crowder. Here's Fanucci trying to drive in on Ginn. The puck's free for a moment. Jared Allin picks this one up and fires it down. 40 seconds remaining on this Flyers power play. They've done well to get the clean entries, but then kind of struggled to get set.
Yeah, the first couple power plays in the first period. That first period, they just come out, they are so smooth, so making tape-to-tape passes, and they just haven't been able to find it in the second and third period.
And we see it again as Gagnon clears it all the way down. Morrison comes out to play the puck. He looks to backhand this one around to Cazzola. Final 10 seconds. Shaver on this near side. Cross-ice pass. Bit of chance, space. Ginn with a pad save. Gagnon will do it for that power play of the Flyers. The Storm are back to full strength. We skate 5-on-5 with just over 10 minutes remaining at the Storm shelter here in the 3-all game. Thrown in by Shaver. Ginn just throws this one to Piskaric. Mario Piskaric looking to skate another zone by himself. Eventually gets it out. Thompson coming together just in front of that scorer's box. I'm sure they'll be holding that plexi in place. Indeed they are. As the atmosphere just takes a little bit of a lull. You can feel the tension just building here. Gauthier throws it to Arneson. Back to Gauthier, the big 78. Puts the brakes on, turns back, looking for the wraparound. What a save by Ginn as he stretches out that left leg.
Great play by Gauthier. Great play by Matt Ginn. Wow.
Shaver turns back on himself.
The best shift for the Fife Flyers in a while.
Yeah, the ice is just leveled out and slightly tilted and now in favour of the Flyers. Shaver keeping hold of this puck. Under pressure from Grewal. Thompson takes his man into the boards. Still working this puck down low. This time with Barry McKenzie. McKenzie looking for Simmons. Simmons might pick this one up for the Storm. Again, another scrum with Shaver this time. Storm with Raymond Grewal, first year pro out of British Columbia University. Puck just broken free in front. I'm not sure that was blown up for offside.
The best shift for the Fife Flyers in a while. Gauthier wrap around. Ginner thought he was coming to the other side. Last second throws his left pad out. And just a huge save on the goal line to keep it 3-3. Probably the Fife Flyers' best line tonight. Gauthier, Shaver, and couldn't find one there.
8:36 to go. Frankie Melton just throws it into the neutral zone. Just glove down. Rifle back in. This one jumps up into the plexi and up into the netting. Of course, Manchester Storm home again this Wednesday against the Nottingham Panthers. So if you are in the area, make sure you come down for that one. Haven't seen, just chatting to Adam off air earlier, not seen Nottingham too much lately. Should be a good game. He flies through Jordan Buesa. Take it in deep. Buesa hounded by Balmer. Looks to feed it back to the blue line. Can't keep it inside. Gutwald struggling, makes the pass. Now it's the Storm's turn to bring the puck down into the offensive zone. Morrison comes out to play it. Chips it around the corner. Frankie Melton just sidesteps that hit. Thrown in. Isaacs and Melton come together. Isaacs just loses his skate. And again, now the Flyers break through the neutral zone again. For Buesa.
Hit the ref again. They gotta start playing dodgeball a little bit.
If you're hounded by Livingston and Cruzola. They managed to keep the puck inside of the Storm zone. This time, Zach Sullivan will look to skate it out. Tyson Facette. Backhands up and across the blue line for Cambraze. Cambraze loses his edge. Emmendale tries to get out the side of the zone. Again, it's scrappy stuff. Critchlow back to Gagnon. Gagnon across to his defensive partner, Raymond Grewal. Back to Cam Critchlow.
Storm would be more than happy to get it to overtime, get a guaranteed point. They've been great in overtime all year. The Fife Flyers, being down by 7 or 8 points for the playoff push, probably have to jump. They got to jump 2 teams. You'd probably think they want to win in regulation here. Very important for them to get 2 points and limit the Storm. But we'll see what happens here.
Of course, Fife having a bit of success here already on this building in overtime. Carlo Finucci been an overtime winner. I think it's a second game of the series between these two sides.
Little lightsaber action after the OT winner there. I don't think the boys were too happy about that.
Of course, yeah, on Star Wars, no, I forgot about that. It's chipped in. Storm look to get to work on the forecheck. It comes back out of the zone. Raymond Grewal. Tipped in by Thompson. Goes all the way back. Flyers now look to bring it out of the zone. Gauthier fired it on Ginn. Pad save. Comes back out. Big rebound. 2 players collide with the boards. Thompson looking for Ulmer. Big hit on Ulmer from Arneson. Jared Orlin just slows it down. Picks out his looking for his brother-in-law, Lane.
Both teams being very cautious right now. 5 minutes left to go, tied. Both teams know how important this is. Obviously, probably the next goal wins.
Gauthier. Turnover. Jared Orlin able to jump up. He has Lane Ormer for support. Jared Orlin. Just to shoot it in. Comes off the skates of the back-checking Fife defenseman. And now is Carl Just. Brings it out of the zone. Yeah, it's taken a real tentative feel to this game now in these closing 5-10 minutes of this third period. You just get the feeling there's an awful lot at stake for both teams. Matthew Gagnon to Orlin to Critchlow with a bit of pace. Cam Critchlow shoots it on Morrison. Morrison holds on to it.
Great breakout pass by Gaggs through the seam, finds Ollie. He finds Critchlow streaking through the neutral zone. Nice shot by Critch. And Morrison swallows it up. 5 minutes left, just under 5 to go here. And a very important game for both teams. A lot of playoff implications. Dundee winning tonight. The Manchester Storm's currently 1 point out of the playoffs.
Storm looking to keep this one inside the zone through Critchlow. Critchlow still with the puck. Looks to feed it in onto Morrison, and Morrison just has that post sealed off. An awkward fall there for Cam.
Cam Critchlow just so good at controlling the puck down low. Turning, twisting and turning here. And he just protects the puck, uses his body, one hand, falling down, still gets it to the net. Just a great effort there by Cam Critchlow. I know he watches all of his shifts after the game, so what's up, Cam? Really, really good job watching your shifts.
Gagnon fires it in, just high and wide of Morrison's goal. Now the Flyers look to get to work on the forecheck. But can't keep it inside of the zone. Now Critchlow, a bit of a hand pass there from the other Cam.
Yeah, you can hand pass in your own zone, but you can't hand pass from your own zone outside to the neutral zone. Cam was in his own zone, but Critch picked it up in the neutral zone. Good call by the refs.
The officials just having a debate about where the face-off's going to be. It's going to stay where it is in the offensive zone for the Flyers. Simmons will take this draw up against Cazzola. Flyers win the draw. Quayle looks to step in to Cazzola. Simmons trying to push him to the outside. Feed out in front. The puck just breaking down for a moment. Comes all the way to the blue line. Now Thompson. He has Samuelson for support. Thompson just fans on the pass. Simmons will have to slow this one down because delayed offside. Samuelson back checks, comes across the blue line. Morrison does well to hold on to this one and lets his D-men pick it up. And the breakout play, a little bit scrappy, and keep hold of it. She's going to come all the way. No icing on this. Piskaric plays it off the boards. Bit of a odd man rush there against him. Piskaric does well there, calmly just plays it to Raymond Grievel.
We could hear Ray from all the way up here. Great call by him, telling Mario, giving Mario some help. We obviously need that playing the couple first games on D. That's always a tough job.
All in. Sped it out in front. And Raymond Grievel now finding himself at the opposite end of the ice. He has to get back into position. Gauthier looks to drive it at Declan Barmer. Barmer does really well to push his man to the outside. Melton now breaking away. Possible 3-on-3. Melton backhands this one to Jared Orlin. Just a little scrappy now. It comes back the other way. Paul Crowder, can he stretch this play across to the near side? He can indeed to Gauthier. Gauthier can't make the pass, but now it's Shaver.
Great block there by Ivan there.
Shaver turns back, looking at his options calmly. Heads up play as he's taken to the ice. Paul Crowder. Jared Orlin picks this puck up, throws it to Melton. Melton just does well to get it to Declan Barmer eventually. It comes outside of the zone, but it's turned over immediately.
Pretty even game here in the third period. Both teams looking for that game-winning goal.
Now they still force it out of the zone. Again, turned over. 2:20 remaining in this third period. It's certainly been more of an even end to this third period than it was at the start.
The Manchester Storm fans giving a Bronx cheer to the linesman. First time, that was one of the first icings called. There's been a lot of icings waved off, so finally an icing going the Storm's way. Big face-off here. See if the Storm can get anything going with 2 minutes left.
Critchlow in the circle for the Storm. He loses out to Just. Flyers are able to get it out of the zone, but it's turned over again. Gagnon sweeps this one up, turns back on himself, plays it off the boards. Cam Critchlow to chase this one down. Looks to separate man from puck. Critchlow does exceptionally well. Gagnon missed pass. Now the Flyers are able to break in these final 2 minutes. Livingston looking to drive at Gagnon. To the blue line, shot comes in, big save by Ginn.
Nice save by Ginn there, wow.
Gagnon. Game just opening a little bit in these final couple of minutes. Tyson Fawcett looks to dump it in and chase it down himself. Morrison comes out to play it uncomfortably. Cross ice pass. I mean, that would probably just ended up in the benches.
Couple feet away from the Manchester Storm getting a delayed penalty against the Fife Flyers. Tyson Fawcett dumps the puck in. Looks like he was held up a little bit by the defenseman. A little bit of interference, but you probably got to do something pretty crazy to get a power play now at this time. I'm pretty sure all the Fife Flyers were lifting their sticks and jumping up for that one if that was going on a play. They weren't going to let that one go.
Absolutely. Draw one. Simmons looks to take it down. Still with the puck. There's Puskaric on the blue line if he needs him. Looking at his options, looks for the cross ice pass. Grewal fires it off the backboards. Thompson drops it back to Simmons, joined by Samuelson. Still, now Thompson joins in. Fanucci looking to release the Flyers. Raymond Grewal looks to make the play. Good work by Tim Crowder. But the puck finally drops to Mario Puskaric. Final 45 seconds. Thompson taken into the boards. Oh, scrappy. There seems to be a magnet around that scorer's box after that bit of plexi got dislodged. Here's Lane Ulmer. Lane Ulmer by himself. Looks to feed it across. Now it's a chance for the Flyers to come back the opposite way through neutral ice. Fanucci to Shaver. Shaver turns back. Frankie Melton skating away with it through the neutral zone. Final 20. Melton. Frankie Melton just shoots, just goes over the frame of Morrison's goal. We come back the opposite way. The players just losing sight of the puck. Melton. That's going to do it. I think we're going to go to overtime to try and separate these two teams, as we have done on so many occasions so far this season.
The Manchester Storm will find themselves back in the playoffs in the standings tonight with a guaranteed 1 point and a game in hand against the Dundee Stars. We'll see if they can take a 1 point lead on the Stars with an extra point here in overtime. Very important. All the points at this time of the season, just so important. A great second and third period by the Storm, a forgetful first period, and that's a pretty even third period. We'll see what happens in overtime here.
So the Storm have 3 victories in overtime, and the Shootout so far this season 5 losses. The Fife Flyers have 1 victory and 3 defeats so far.
Yeah, the Fife Flyers and the Manchester Storm twice have gone to overtime. Once here where Fanucci scored the game winner, and one time in Fife with Jared Allen scoring the game-winning goal on the shootout. So we'll see what type of action we have for the rubber match here at Planet Ice.
Matt Ginn already in his crease, ready to go.
He's been fantastic ever since that third goal went in. Don't expect anything less from your leader in Matt Ginn.
So what's gone, we thought would be an early night home tonight, has gone into a delayed face-off, and then we've gone to overtime as well. It's always the way.
Yeah. Hoping for an early bedtime. Johnny, my roommate, has early morning tomorrow with school, and we got the delay and then overtime. But it's been some great hockey here tonight.
You'll be up at 2 in the morning doing your stretches anyway. Well, that's what Johnny says.
With this broken leg, not anymore. Not anymore. My stretching routine has been terrible.
Yeah, it looks like the Storm are going to start with Jared Orlin, Scott Simmons and Raymond Grewal. Shaver, Arneson and Gauthier, I think. Yes, it is. Will be the 3 out for the Fife Flyers. So
Jared Orlin, Scott Simmons have had great chemistry all year playing together, and we'll see what type of magic they can bring together.
It's Shaver that's going to bring this one away. So we mentioned it so often in this overtime period. It really is possession based. Now Danik Gauthier, he launches the first attack for the Flyers. Gauthier just to take it down low, turns back on himself, come back to the blue line to Arneson. Gauthier looking for Shaver. Just a little loss of communication then, a little breakdown in play. Now it's the Storm who look like they're going to come away with it for Jared Orlin. Jared Orlin breaking up ice, bit of space for him to exploit. Driving on Morrison. Orlin shoots! Just perhaps glanced off the outside of the post. Jared Orlin again drops it off to Simmons. First real big opportunity goes the way of the Manchester Storm.
Just so much speed by Jared Allen. Great play by him.
Now Simmons plays it across, and Storm change out a couple of their players. Raymond Greenwald joined out there by Cam Critchlow and Tyson Facette. Critchlow looking, wrap around, shot! Saved by Morrison.
What a play by Cam. How did the goalie stop that? What a great play.
Tyson Facette shooting off the backboard. Raymond Greenwald, tight angle! Just misses the goal, and it looks like the goal is off the pegs at the moment. Storm bring it out of the zone.
The Fife Flyers are just exhausted.
Tyson Facette looking for top shelf, comes off the plexiglass. Facette again, skating around, plenty of energy. Critchlow comes off Greenwald. Flyers still not been able to change out the players. Now they do so. 3:20 remaining in this overtime period.
Great chance there by the Storm. Fife Flyers were exhausted, and they just couldn't bury one.
Here's Frankie Melton. Melton now looking for his options. Look again for that spinorama. Emmendale. Get to see Carlo Fanucci out there for the first time in this overtime period. We know that he can do the business here at the Storm shelter. Here is Fanucci. Fanucci driving in on Ginn. Just pushed to the outside by Gagnon. Looking dangerous for a moment for the number 40. So no urgency, just brings it back out of the zone. Looks for a clean entry. Gazzola joined by Quayle. Melton stays out with Gagnon. Driving in on Ginn. Ginn has to make the save. Gazzola heads to the bench. Frankie Melton with Jared Orlin. Allows Matthew Gagnon to change out. Zach Sullivan takes Gagnon's place. Now Melton drops it off to Jared Orlin. I think Melton might head to the bench himself. He does. Orlin looks to skate it up, looks to bring it on the outside. Driving in again, but it's turned over. Chance for the Flyers to break back the other way. Bit of space on the far side, they can find it. Livingston drives inside, pushed out by Simmons, saved by Ginn. Ginn reaches out for it, the puck is free for a moment, and Scott Simmons picks it up. It comes to the blue line, looking for the tip in front. Here's Quayle, now with Zach Sullivan able to break up. As Simmons on this near side, Jared Orlin on the far. Simmons drives around the back of the cage. Jared Orlin does well to step in and pick this one up. Just can't get the pass away to Zach Sullivan. Stayed inside of the zone. Puck just caught up in the clothing. Critchlow has got on the ice. Storm changing out a couple of plays. Cam Critchlow drives one-on-one. Critchlow looking for a toe drag. Driving in again on Morrison. Now there's two Storm players caught up high. 2-on break for the Flyers. Driving on this nice side. Crowder feeds it across. Good work by Greenwald and Tyson Facette. Crowder still has the puck, comes back to the blue line, back to Jones. Sam Jones getting a bit of OT time. Thrown into Crowder, picked up by the number 7, Raymond Greenwald.
Great back check and great way to break it up by Ray. Great stick on that sauce pass.
Good back check by Crowder though. Final minute of overtime. That one's blown up offside.
Woo! Non-stop action. I love 3-on-3s.
Lane Ormer up against Shaver. Comes all the way through to Morrison. Arneson, he will pick this one up. Flyers look to bring the puck out of their own zone. Looking at centre pass through. Here's Crowder. Sorry, driving in on Ginn. Ginn with the save. It was Gauthier. And Matthew Gagnon to Lane Ormer. Has Braze on the far side. Ormer. Can Braze be the overtime hero on his debut? Home debut. Lane Ormer. Still Lane Ormer. Goes around. Braze picks it up. Braze with a shooting lane perhaps. Braze shoots! Good save. Rebound. Lane Ormer just can't quite bury that one.
Great shift. Great try by Almer, Braze, and Gags. 18 seconds left here in a edge of your seat overtime, 3-on-3 action. What a great game.
Big draw here with just 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Simmons would take it for the Storm up against Gazzola. Draw is won by the Storm. Jared Orlin keeps it inside of the zone. Jared Orlin turns back on himself. Orlin looking for a shooting lane. Nothing opening up as yet. Through Gagnon. Gagnon turns back. Final few seconds. Will he get a shot away? Gagnon plays it off the boards. Excellent work by Fanucci, preventing the shot. Final chance perhaps for the Storm, and there's the buzzer. Simmons can't get a shot away, and we're going to head to a shootout to separate these two sides.
Wow, what a great overtime. Now we get to see some skill. I can tell you one thing, shooting on Matt Ginn in practice and a shootout, it's tough. I don't know how guys beat him. He stops me every time, so the Fight Flyers will have a lot. Not a lot of net to shoot at, and Adam Morrison, big goalie, got to make a move. We'll see what type of shooters that the Storm had. Jared Allen had success last time, I think, with a backhand move, and a great way to end a great game.
Matt Ginn heads over to his crease. Shaver will be the first man to go for the Fight Flyers.
I like that call. You know, Ryan Finnerty gets to pick who goes first. I like the call. Shooters are 30% usually in shootouts, so you're looking at a 70% chance he misses, 70% chance you get the momentum after the first shot. So I like this call by Ryan Finnerty.
And we're underway. Shaver gains the blue line. Shaver versus Ginn. Shaver drives in. Goal by Shaver!
What a move. Wow. That was a great move. He didn't have a lot of space there. And Matt Ginn was there the whole time. And he just got it up. Yeah, Matt Ginn, on the review, he's shaking his head. He didn't know how he didn't get that one.
Tyson Fawcett picks up the puck, driving in at Morrison. Here's Tyson Fawcett, the number 16. Looking to level things up, and he does with a backhand finish.
You needed that response. Great goal by Tyson Fawcett. He's been dangling all game. Why not keep going? Great fake shot, and drags it into the backhand. Morrison came out too far. Great play.
Krazola for the Flyers against Ginn. Off the crossbar.
There's not much to shoot at. That was probably a perfect shot. Fakes the shot. High glove. And Matt Ginn's got it.
Number 91, Frankie Melton for the Manchester Storm, picks up the puck at centre ice. Driving in on Morrison. Just go around the outside. Frankie Melton scores!
Same move as Tyson Fawcett, just the other way. Goes to the far side, and just Morrison comes out so far. Great job.
Carlo Fanucci, often the hero here at the Storm shelter against Matt Ginn. Matt Ginn with a blocker save.
Storm up by 1. Storm have 3 shooters left. Fife has 2. Jared Allen, probably their best shootout guy. We'll see if he goes to the backhand. He loves going to the backhand.
Jared Allen, the number 9 for the Manchester Storm, against Morrison. Looks to go over the top of the glove. Saved by Morrison.
He went so wide. I like that play. Morrison was a bit lost in his crease, but Morrison gets the last laugh. So wide, Jared Allen. Let's flip it over the glove there, and big response.
Now the Flyers driving in. High and wide. Tim Crowder not able to score for his team in the shootout.
For the win, Cam Critchlow.
Cam Braze.
Cam Braze. Wow, what a debut this would be.
Cam Braze, the new man for the Manchester Storm on his home debut. Looking to be the hero here. Braze. Saved by Morrison.
And now it's up to Matt Ginn.
Danik Gauthier is receiving a few boos from the Storm shelter.
Last shooter for the Fife Flyers.
Has to score. Danik Gauthier against the circle. Saved by Matt Ginn, reaches out that right pad, and the Manchester Storm take it on the shootout. A huge 2 points for the Storm.
Matt Ginn, a lot of emotion coming out there. Obviously this game means so much to those players down there and the Storm organization. Stay ahead in the playoff race. A big win. You can't say enough about the Fife Flyers tonight though. Tough travel day. They gave it all they had tonight. A valiant effort by them. They'll get a point. A 3-point weekend for the Fife Flyers. You haven't said that very often lately. And the Manchester Storm get a very important 2 points. after a tough game in Glasgow yesterday.
And what will be, I think, put into the characterised as a character win for the Manchester Storm, finding themselves in a 3-goal hole in the first period, fighting back and then taking it to the shootout and getting the win, and what was a hugely entertaining game of hockey here at the Storm Shelter in this Elite League action. So Storm back at home on Wednesday against the Nottingham Panthers, and we wish the Five Flyers team a very safe travel back home up to Kirkcaldy, and what has been some pretty horrendous conditions out there, and of course their fans that made the long trip down to Manchester. We wish them a very safe journey back home. And for those of you watching at home, thank you so much for joining us on the Print It, Stitch It sponsored Storm TV. We've got to say a big thanks to you guys.
Thank you to all the people listening, Victoria and Glasgow, all the Fife Flyers fans at home. Thanks so much for watching, and Manchester Storm fans. Huge victory, big win. Everyone's going to forget about that first period, throw away the tape, and the Manchester Storm come in clutch when they need it.
We will remain on air for the man of the match presentations, as we see the coaching staff of both teams making their way across the ice. I love seeing this. I love it. After every game now, they go and pick up Lane's kids and bring them out on the ice. And it's not just Lane and Jared that do it. I mean, Scott Simmons has hold, I think, of Lane's eldest.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm losing track now. There's 3 children out there.
There's 3 children. What's going on? I wasn't very good in school, but I feel like the math does not add up there.
Paul Crowder getting the man of the match for the Fife Flyers. I'm sure it'll be a tough one for the Flyers to take, but they were, I'd say, be happy with that 3-point weekend. But after leading 3-0 in the first period, you'd hope to put the game to bed. But plenty of positives for them this weekend.
Yeah, 3 points. You got to be happy with that. Obviously, they've dug themselves a big hole. I don't know if they'll be able to get out of it, to be honest. They're going to have a lot of weekends like that. They're playing the 7th place team. No, they're playing the 9th place team and the 8th place team. So I'm not sure it gets it. Like, you got tough opponents probably coming up after that. So good for them to get 3 points, and hopefully they can make a push for all their fans and stuff. But obviously the Storm don't want that either.
These 2 teams come up against each other up in Kirkcaldy in what will be Game 6 of their regular season series on the 23rd of February. Not too far away.
Pretty cool. Adam Morrison just actually went up to Zach Sullivan. I'm pretty sure he probably had to say something about what Zach had to say on Twitter. So pretty cool move by Adam Morrison there.
Tyson Fawcett getting the man of the match for the Manchester Storm. Yeah, classy from Morrison.
Tyson Fawcett, Frankie, Jared Alwyn, probably the guys I would have had for man of the match. Tyson Fawcett, that second goal was just so important. The roof blew up on this place after they got that first one. Next shift, they get the second one. Great game, and now we got the celebration. Tyson Fawcett, always good for one of these. We'll see what he throws out. Good thing there's not a pole on the ice, or Tyson might get naked or something. You never know.
Tyson getting the crowd up. Here he comes.
This guy cracks me up. What a celebration. He does the Kuznetsov, a flying bird. What a beauty.
Okay, folks, we'll leave you with the final pictures here tonight. Adam, huge thanks for joining me tonight. An honor and a privilege as always.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Thank you to all the people listening. And the Manchester Storm, huge 2 points. Great effort by the team. They never gave up.
And hopefully we'll see that cast off very soon, and fingers crossed, who knows. Thank you, Adam. And thank you everybody who's watching at home, and please, if you're in the area on Wednesday, come down, support the team. Let's try and fill this building as much as we can for a midweek game. If not, you know where we'll be. We'll have exclusive access here on Storm TV. Goals released very shortly, and we'll get some post-game interviews out for you as well. Thank you very much.
Hello out there, we're on the air, it's hockey night tonight. Get your shirt off the back tickets, £1 to go.